Aussie.
Dancing to my own theme music on a Sunday night. Hello, Abigail, Megaleech, and Luke, and anyone else who's watching who hasn't popped up in chat yet. I hope you've had a fine weekend. Whether the weekend means anything to you or anything, we live in strange times. Everything's a bit weird. I'm just finishing off a grasshopper cocktail, creme de menthe and cream cocktail, a version that also has cognac in it. I was making a video just before going live because my other creme de menthe drink that I tried to make on Friday, it's supposed to have a cream float on it, was a failure. I tried 3 times to get the cream to float and failed 3 times. So I decided, fuck that. That's what I decided. Fuck that. And I found a different one. And I wasn't going to do just a grasshopper, but this one with cognac, it's a slightly more grown-up grasshopper. It's actually quite nice. Still get that toothpaste aftertaste from the creme de menthe, that spearminty, that very fake spearmint flavor. But I don't mind it. I do not mind it. Hello, Justin. Hello, Musical Aviator. Doing night shifts, missing out on streams. Dang. Missing out on socialism, but you suspect work isn't the main reason that's happening. Yeah, there is not a lot of socializing happening. And I don't even do that much of it when there aren't lockdowns. So we'll, be approaching a more open world in the coming months as more people get vaccinated. What's the target? I think it's like November, hoping that 80% of eligible, and that's like over 16s, are vaccinated at that point. And I really want them to bring in, what has been called various things, but we might as well call a vaccine passport, that there are certain things you only get to do if you're fully vaccinated, like go to public venues and whatnot, because the fuckwits will still complain. But then they will be just seriously outing themselves as fuckwits. There's all these people who go with the fuckwits who do protests now. Oh, but it's stressful, the lockdowns. Yeah, everyone's fucking stressed, okay? And behaving like a self-absorbed prick just makes things worse. But if there's no lockdowns, it's just restrictions on people who aren't vaccinated, then fuck anyone who has sympathy for them at that point. Abigail, it depends what work is. That's a good question. Well, my work is uninterrupted. I've been working from home for 18 months now. Current contract runs till the end of the year. Who knows what will happen after that, whether it'll get extended or I'll go looking for another one. If it doesn't get extended, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind taking a break. So I'm not taking a break. I'm not planning to take a break for the rest of the year, just in case this contract doesn't get renewed. Because, of course, being a contractor, if I don't work, I don't get paid. So, I either way, whether this one's extended or not, I may take a break over Christmas, New Year. We shall see. Did I say hi, Annette? If I didn't, hi, Annette. Luke getting yours on the 22nd. Good man. Good man. You getting Pfizer or Moderna or AstraZeneca? Musicator, so you're dispatching text for NBN. You respond to outages at silly o'clock at night. More storms there are. They're busy. Yes, that would make sense. Water getting into the system, screwing things up. Okay. That was not at all bad, honestly. Sweet, minty creamy cocktail, bit of a dessert. Toby, you're on Facebook. Hello. How's it going? Yes. So, yeah, we all continue on. Luke, you're getting the Pfizer. Good for you, man. I mean, good for anyone getting any vaccine, quite honestly. Yes, while I will be fully supportive of anyone who has a genuine medical reason for not getting vaccinated, anyone who does I don't know what's in it, can get the fuck out. Just get the fuck out. You don't know what the fuck is in anything, okay? I just realized, I didn't realize I had a clarified cocktail here. Then I'll probably have to try this. I don't know what it is. Isn't that weird? That's been sitting there for a couple of days and me forgetting things. Toby, the Angry family are fine. Young Mr. Angry bought me lunch to get delivered today for Father's Day. Aidsy was here on Friday night and seemed quite well then by Aidsy standards. So, Musio, you had annual leave for a LARP event at the end of the month. Yeah, I guess it's up to you if you still take that annual leave, because obviously the LARP event's not going to be on. There's still I thought this was out of cherries. And I was going to use maybe add a bit of water to that cherry syrup and use it in cocktails. But, I don't want anyone to panic because I've got a new jar. Oh no, Abigail, getting the migraine. That is not nice. No. And hi, Lee and Zwan. Getting Pfizer on Tuesday. Oh, I have to take your EpiPen. Well, I'm glad you're prepared for a possible complication. Yeah, look, excellent point. The amount of junk that we eat, and not even junk food, just stuff that we think is probably healthy food. We don't really know what's in half the stuff we eat. Justin, I'd certainly like to work at home more often than not, because I've certainly proved it doesn't affect productivity. Can still deliver. But I don't know. Mindsets change slowly. All right, I'm going to try this. I was just trying to think if I'm going to have another drink. Yeah, I'm going to have this because I don't even know what it is. So I'm going to get a glass. The rocks glass, double rocks glass. And I'll get a big bit of ice because that's just been sitting at room temperature. And I want it chilled. If I remember rightly, that might be a whiskey-based thing. Mrs. Angry tells me I should put labels on things. And I say, don't worry, I won't forget. And then I forget. That was a ding. I bet that was AIDSy. Or is it? Is it spam? It is. It's spam. DHL parcel. And I should go to appraisertest.pendo.management. Yeah, or not. I really thought that was going to be AIDSy. But it was spam. Right. This here drink. Just a very light aroma. That's not really giving anything away. I like the sound a big block of ice makes when it cracks when you pour a drink on it. Yes, that FluBot malware that's infected a bunch of Android phones that are now texting everyone around the world. Justin, you'd like to work from home permanently, move back to Melbourne. I can see that. Yeah, that's cool. You have the scam texts. Infect your mobile device by clicking on the link. But it works. Like I said, there's tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of those messages going out every day around the world. And apparently, like, millions of people are clicking on them and so propagating it even further. Oh yeah, that's the fun one, Lee. A scam call saying they're from the government. They had the rest. Was that a robot voice? Because sometimes it's a real person. Mostly they're like computer generated text to voice programs, which is Mondo Bizarro, but it's the world we live in. And yes, Justin, that's a different sort of spam. The Clive Palmer party spam, which has moved him and Craig Kelly way up the list of people who'd get the Thanos snap if I could do it. They wouldn't even get a warning. They'd just be gone. Fuck those degenerate pieces of shit. Anyway, so it's a nice clear drink. Look, I'm just drinking water. I'm hydrating. I'm being healthy. Well, that's interesting. I'm going to try and work out what that actually was. Oh, it's a little bit smoky. Yeah, no. This has the that either has the Archie Rose single malt or the Starwood unexpeated. There's these tiny. It's very citrusy, but also these tiny smoky notes coming through. So Lee, you had called by robot voice. You had a foreign person, such a Canadian. They shot themselves. Okay. Loriander, what am I drinking? Excellent question. It's a clarified cocktail I forgot I made. It would have been the residual of one of the ones I made for my cocktail channel. Let me see. I'll bring up. Okay, angry cocktails. Not angry cockatiels, strangely enough. Okay, so what did I do previous week? It's not the old-fashioned. Might have been the New York Stone Sour. Yeah, I think this is a clarified New York Stone Sour. And the whiskey in it is either the Archie Rose single malt, or I think it's actually the Starwood unexpeated, which was aged in Lafroig peated whiskey barrels. So it's picked up smoky notes. So the initial taste is quite sweet and citrusy. And then the smoky notes come on the end because the stone part, that's a variant on the New York Sour because it has stone fruit liqueur, apricot liqueur in it. So it's just a little bit softer and fruitier than a standard New York Sour. But otherwise, it's the same thing. It's like a whiskey sour that you float red wine on the top of. But this, besides whiskey sour, is just, whiskey, lemon juice, sugar, and a foaming agent to make it foamy, if you like it that way, which I do. The New York Stone Sour also has apricot liqueur in it, and then you do a red wine float and drink it through the red wine float. Then I clarified that and got this. Music over. He did an overnight flight sim stream last night. I had a few hundred flight sim nerds fly from Scandinavia over the North Pole to Vancouver. 10-hour stream, got some super chat cash. Nice. Wouldn't drink a ton of this. It's always fun to try a milk clarification. It's not always better, but it's always interesting to do a milk clarification. Loriander, in outdated, you're correct in as much as sort of mid to late 20th century, I think people referred to the foamy whiskey sour as a Boston sour. Basically, no one does that anymore. But you are correct. That's what it was named. But in common usage, people will just call it a whiskey sour now. Very few places, if you ask for a whiskey sour, will make you one that's not foamy. You are correct in that a purist could argue if you ask for a whiskey sour, you're asking for a non-foamy one. But yeah, it's just fashion and trends change. A sour is any spirit with citrus and sugar, basically. That's a sour. And the foamy bit has come more into vogue in the last 50 years, probably more like the last 20, 30 years, but certainly the last 50 years. Whiskey sour is still the most popular, but a gin sour is quite nice. Rum sours aren't very common, but you can do them. Brandy sours as well. Whiskey sour is sort of king of the same as an old fashioned. If you order an old fashioned at a bar, technically an old fashioned is any spirit, sugar and bitters. But 99 times out of 100, if you order an old fashioned, they're going to make it with whiskey. But technically any spirit, sugar, bitters is an old fashioned. Loriander, I think most bartenders should ask if you want egg. They should definitely ask, because some people have allergies to eggs. Some people are vegan. Some people just don't want egg white in their drink because they think it's gross. I like it. I have a foaming agent. I think you put a couple of drops in and it goes all foamy. And I use that because it's less hassle than egg white, basically. But yes, bartenders should definitely ask if you want egg in your sour, because it could be an issue for some people. But yeah, the fashions in all these things change. Like there's I'm sure we all remember the series Mad Men. And there's one episode, and I've seen the clip of it on YouTube. It's Don Draper makes an old fashioned, and I've seen people looking, what the fuck are they doing that for? Because he gets some orange and cherries and muddles them with sugar, and then does the whiskey and a bit of water, and but that's Mad Men being historically accurate. In the certainly up to the 50s, 60s, that was the popular way of making the old fashioned. It's not the fashion now, but some people will make it that way. Abigail, a foaming agent is, I'm not sure if you're going for a double entendre that I'm missing there or not, but something that makes the drink foamy. Yes, Loriander, aquafaba, which is essentially the juice from canned beans. People will often say chickpea juice, but butter beans or something similar with it. That the juice that's in canned chickpeas or canned beans, like butter beans and whatnot, known as aquafaba. That's a vegan foaming agent. You do the same volume, like you do 15 mils of that in a sour, and it'll go all foamy. But you also get these dropper things, like the one I've got is called Wonder Foam. There's a few other ones on the market where you just put half a dozen drops in and go shaky, shaky. Lorraine, you get a little foam from honey syrup. You also, if you use pineapple juice in a drink, if there's a drink that has pineapple juice and you give it a good solid shake, pineapple juice will form foam. But the foam from pineapple juice is not very resilient. Like a nicely made sour that has either aquafaba or egg white or wonder foam, the foam will actually stay thoroughly in place for a while as you drink it. If you get some foam from having pineapple juice in something, initially it'll be foamy, but it'll dissipate relatively quickly. Actually, because if I clarify these drinks with dairy milk, it adds whey. Like the milk literally splits into the curds and whey, and you filter. You put it through a filter, and then the curds settle at the filter, and the curds are what actually clarifies the drink more than the filter paper. I've got one going really slow. I've got the drink I tried to make earlier that I fucked up, that I'm just seeing if I can clarify it now. And it's not going well, honestly. I think I'll leave it overnight and see what happens to that. But yes. Ooh, raw licorice powder will make things foam. That's interesting. Interesting tip from Loriander. Justin, you did an alcohol run to fill up your fridge. I'm at one of these phases when I look at my drink carts and I go, I've got too much. I should stop buying alcohol. That normally just goes in phases. And I'll look at it and go, that's actually too much. Why have I got all this stuff here? And then I'll just go, there's a thing I need, and I'll go and buy some stuff. I pretty much already know the next things I'm going to buy. I think a little bit low on sweet vermouth. I do need to replace that. Running low on blue Curacao, which I don't use that often. But I've been thinking of getting an upmarket blue Curacao from local distiller Marionette. What's this? Amaretto? Yes, I'm 18. Peach. Cassis. Blue Curacao. Groisel. Apricot. It's amazing how much apricot liqueur I go through. So I'm thinking make my next apricot liqueur from Marionette as well. Because I got this weird Croatian stuff from Dan Murphy's. So we're going to replace that blue Curacao, and I use a surprising amount of apricot liqueur. I might get both apricot and blue Curacao from Marionette, because they're nice people. Give some money. What are they doing? A team up with Never Never gin makers. What do they call this? They're strawberry slushy. Never Never Fruit Cup, a contemporary Australian version of the much enjoyed Fruit Cup, made in collaboration with Marionette liqueur, with our orange Curacao bringing a hint of citrus. Punch book. Lemonade and dry ginger. So, that's like, an alternative to Pimm's, actually. So, Never Never make gin and Marionette make orange Curacao. So they're doing, it's an alternative to Pimm's, a fancy fruit cup. For Christmas, maybe. Justin, apparently, there's been an increase in alcohol sales in lockdown. Who knew? And hey, Safa. Lemonheads with a twist of lemon. Always a twist of lemon. Like a dry martini, twist of lemon. Love it. So, yes, I might get blue Curacao and apricot liqueur from the good people at Marionette, who are kind of just up the road. When we're not locked down, I don't know. I don't think they have a cellar door, actually. I don't know. I've got a whole bunch of their liqueurs. They do all these different fruit liqueurs that are really quite good. I've got 3 or 4 of them. So why not get 2 more? Why not? Local Melbourne maker, support local business. Yes, blue like the shirt, Safa. Ooh, Loriander, you got a sous vide happening. going to sous vide some carrot, beetroot with a few herbs and spices into a spirit for around 8 hours. Ooh, making a little herbal concoction. That's going to be an amazing color. If you're sous videing it with carrot and beetroot, that's going to give it incredible color and some herbs and spices for flavor. That is sounding very interesting. I don't have a sous vide. So if I infuse something, I just use thyme. Depending what I'm infusing, I might leave it for a couple of days. Oh, we're doing paprika, pepper, salt. Nice. Oh, we've got some smoked paprika that's friggin' amazing. And I want to use in something because it's just great. I haven't decided what to use it in, but I'm going to use it in something because it's really good. Oh, you sous vide your own bitter. Nice. Nice. And you have the smoked paprika, yeah. I just really like Mrs. Angry got it for making some stuff, and it's good. Or you can make banana bacon with smoked paprika, a vegan thing made from banana peel. And I use some because I made a banana syrup. Basically, get banana peel, like you want very ripe banana peel, cover it in sugar. The sugar leaches all the moisture out of the banana and turns into a syrup. And then you maybe add a bit of water to it as well. And you get this amazing banana flavored syrup, which is great for cocktails. And then scrape the sort of white flesh off the banana peel. So it's just a quite thin bit of peel. And then you like marinate that in. You want something. The smoked paprika is good to bring the smoky things in, and maple syrup and like a few other things, and marinate that, and then like pan fry that, or I've actually even done it in the oven. And it doesn't taste like bacon. It's a kind of joke to call it vegan bacon or banana bacon. It doesn't taste like bacon, but it tastes really freaking good. I would never have believed I would enjoy eating fried banana skin, but it's really yummy. And so I got double purpose of using the banana skin, banana peel to make a sugar syrup, and then adding more stuff to it and pan frying it and making it banana bacon. Well, it sounds like you're going to have a fun adventure, though, Loriander. Don't know if you're going to bake or roast the beetroot and carrot first. It's an interesting proposition, certainly. Have another drink. I'm trying to think what to have. An old-fashioned, because I got a fridge old-fashioned, and a Manhattan as well. I actually made a Manhattan. It's in the freezer. Manhattan cocktail. So yeah, I'm going to decide, am I going to have my freezer Manhattan or my fridge old-fashioned? Both good. I've also got fridge Woodson and Ford, which is current favorite cocktail for myself and Mrs. Angry. I've also got my freezer martini, for that matter. Spoiled for choice of drinks I can just pour out. Ooh, Lorinda, what spirit are you going to use? It sounds like a gin thing, honestly. Yeah, you're leaning towards gin. It sounds like, I feel like gin would be a good one because it's already got the herbal profile. It's going to go well with the other stuff, I think. But I guess you could even go with vodka because you're adding all the flavor anyway, so it doesn't matter if you're starting with something neutral. But yeah, start with a gin with a good profile. Give you a head start. Maybe. I've got to decide. this week's videos are all done. I already want to start thinking about the following week. I like to be ahead of the game. So no, that's calendar. I want calendar. Where's calendar? Fucking so Monday the 13th. Okay. Let's see if there's any notable days the following week. Okay. Nothing. Nothing there. I'm just looking at upcoming dates. Is there anything memorable? Cachaça Day. Wait. What the fuck? Am I confused? Oh man, I think I'm confused. Or I think someone's confused is the big thing. All right. I'll double check. Gibson's birthday. I did a Gibson martini for that last year, so I can't really do that again. The son's birthday. Get fucked. Fucking Murdoch rag. Although I don't think it was a Murdoch rag when it started. Any other memorable things? Mexican Independence Day. Could do something with tequila mezcal for Mexican Independence Day, maybe 16th. What day of the week is that? It's Thursday, so I could do that on the Wednesday. That's a strong possibility. Something with tequila or mezcal or both. Lemonheads, you had a poor bastard at work doing all sorts of shots and beers. A 20-year-old, oh God, kept saying he was fine when you cut him off. He walked out and puked the second he got outside. Yeah, no, young folk and their binge drinking. Oh, right, yes. Someone sent me that last year, halfway through last year, 2020 cancelled. Yes, I do need a 2021 as well. Hoping some vague version of normality happens in 2022, really. All right, so Mexican Independence Day is a strong possibility. Something with tequila or mezcal. That's one idea. Anyway, happy to have one idea. 18th of September. What day of the week is that? That's a Saturday. Jimi Hendrix joined the 27 Club on the 18th of September in 1970. Jesus, 51 years ago. So, God, if he'd have lived, he would have been 78. How weird. How different would a world be where Jimi Hendrix grew and matured as an artist? Because he was pretty amazing, as it were. Oh, no, it's Greta Garbo's birthday. What's a Greta Garbo cocktail? White rum, maraschino, sugar syrup, lime, and anise. Daiquiri variation. Man, I'm okay with that. That's a possibility. Greta Garbo's birthday. What's the old drink days say? So, okay, I want to know starting on the 13th. Tis Cachaça Day. Wait, September. I've got everything out of whack. Shit. I got everything out of whack. I did stuff a week early. Shit. I need to reassess my life choices. Shit, I got to do some other cocktails. How did I do that? I got too far ahead of myself. Okay. Okay. Decisions. Yeah, Meg, it's better a week earlier than a week late, but still. And I'm fucking tripping balls now. Ugh. How did I do this? Excuse me for 1 second. I just need to check something in the next room. I'll be back just in a minute. All right. All is not lost. Well, it's not even that big a deal. But I'm slightly annoyed with myself. Yes, I should make one tonight. Lemonheads, Kurt Cobain would be close to 60 if he went there. And yes, Laurie, and Creme de Menthe Day is Wednesday, the September the 15th. It's true. And yes, Megalich, you are right. I am in two minds. Put them up closer to the date. Hey, Noog, how's it going? You find me having an existential crisis and that I got somehow a week ahead of myself with dates for drinks. Ugh. It's quite a quandary I find myself in. Hey Raiders, how's it going? I'm just nutting out an idea because I got freaking confused. Man. All right, this is just annoying me that I've done this. I'm just annoyed more than anyone else. Pfizer, nice, Megalich. You get your first Pfizer on Creme de Menthe Day. Well, that's nice. Okay. So here we go. Oh man, this is so annoying. So I go. Where's this gin and creme de banane, Soich, Southern tea. That was the one. It's like a spiked sweet tea. God damn. So it's 1, 2 and a half and Earl Grey. Fuck. I'm so fucking annoyed. Yeah, I should make one tonight. That means I need to go put on my cocktail clothes. God damn it. Do a sake cocktail for sake day? I don't have any sake, actually. Noog, you're waiting for your 5G superpowers from Pfizer. Had your last dose yesterday? Yeah, I think it's meant to take about 2 weeks to kick in. I had my second AstraZeneca about 3 weeks ago, so fully powered up now. God fucking damn it. I'm super fucking annoyed at getting these things wrong. Okay, big thing is, would anyone notice? The answer is honestly no. They would not. So maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Yeah, get fucked. Okay, I've gone through the whole spectrum of emotional turmoil in doing it. Saying Lemonhead's Queen got a new lead singer, and Soundgarden did, and Alice in Chains got a new singer. The only one that's really wrong is Queen, because I suppose I don't give a shit about Soundgarden or Alice in Chains. And Raiders, I also don't really give a shit about INXS either. What's the name of the guy who was performing with Queen? Yeah, Megalich. I went through the 5 stages of grief. Denier, angle, bargaining. I forget what the other one was, but I have moved to acceptance and just going, man, no one's going to fucking know anyway. Why get worked up? Maybe I'm like a week ahead with Kashasa Day. I've got one scheduled to go live tomorrow, and I could change that easily. It's like, can I be bothered to go out and put my cocktail making clothes on, basically? Yeah, this is the physical ban hammer. I'm using it as, I'm a fidgeter. I'm using it as a fidget tool now. This is, Thor's ice crushing mallet. I had like a laser etching thing. I could like call it Mjolnir. At the moment it's called Fisky. Specifically sold with a Lewis bag for smashing ice to get crushed ice. Can I cry? I'm very easily manipulated emotionally. Like any sad movie or razor ad can make me cry. Thank you, Raiders. I was thinking of Adam Lambert, who was performing with Queen. Yes. So yeah, that's the thing. Okay, this drink I want to make, and I can't. Now I've got it in my head. I kind of want to make it. I need to make some tea and then make the tea cold. All right, fuck it. Give me a second. I got to go and put a kettle on. I'll be back in a sec. All right. So kettle's boiling. That'll just take a couple minutes. I'm going to make a bit in this little jug because it'll be easy to pour. And I got Italian almond tea here from Dilmar. Just make a little bit, make it strong. All right, put that in there. I got this, they called it Italian almond tea because I thought I could use it while making a sugar syrup. And it might make it taste more like orgeat, which is a almond-based sugar syrup that's used in a lot of tropical drinks. Loranda, can I get sake from Japanese sushi restaurant takeout? Oh, I can get sake. I can get sake from bottle shops. I'm just not into sake. That's why I don't have any. The closest I've got is a a yuzu liqueur that I sometimes use for variation when a cocktail calls for triple sec or orange curacao. I'll use this Japanese yuzu liqueur, yuzu being a Japanese citrus. So I'll often use it as a substitute for orange liqueurs, something like triple sec or orange curacao or whatevs. Haven't used it for a little while, actually. Just been seeing. This is another thing where I think I've bought too much stuff over there because stuff just sits there forever. Even stuff I use a lot will last a year because that's a lot for me. In terms of the modifiers, the liqueurs and whatnot. Core spirits, not so much. I might go through a bottle of one of my favorite core spirits in a couple of months. Then again, sometimes not. Sometimes even a core spirit, a whiskey or a rum or a gin will take a year to get through the bottle. Yeah. Just the way it goes. All right. Now, I don't need to boil this water for this tea. It's probably close enough to boiling now. I'm just going to go and put some water in this. Well, there you go. It did boil anyway. I was gabbing to you for longer than I thought. It's talking long enough for the tea to boil. Have I tried working with shochu? No, I've not used shochu either. That's the Korean beverage, isn't it? Yes, I've not much gotten into the East Asian spirits and liqueurs. The other one I was considering getting Japanese beverage, the plum wine liqueur, umeshu. So I've considered getting into that as well. Raiders, am I keeping up with the Monica Smith saga? That's the scammer. Okay. Yeah, she's in the den on cop shop, refuses bail. It has raised $220,000. Yeah, she's a scammer. These right-wing dickheads are all scamming grifters. I mean, which site did she raise it for? Because a lot of the sites actually preclude you from raising money if you're facing criminal charges. Now I want to look it up. The fash, the absolute fash. So they want us to donate 232,000. They're claiming they'll refund them if it's not required. But how do I, are you literally just paying it to this fucking fash website? Oh my God, you're literally just giving, oh man, okay. Much as I dislike these fucking scammers, anyone stupid enough to give them money just deserves to have their money taken from them, basically. I don't have any sympathy for anyone stupid enough to give their money to a very obvious scammer. Same as when Trump fleeced those fuckheads in America for hundreds of millions of dollars. It's just like, you know what? If you pieces of shit are dumb enough to give your money to Trump, honestly, you deserve to have your money taken. As much as I revile Trump, if you're dumb enough to give him your money, then you deserve to have him rip you off. Oh, brewed tea. Now I'm putting ice in it because I want it to be iced tea. Not the wrapper. So, Loranda, you've got Japanese shochu, 35%. It's higher alcohol than I thought shochu was. See, I'm not very well versed in it at all. 3 different batches of barley aged separately before being blended together. Oh yeah, no Raiders. They're seeing Avi make money. They're all just fucking grifters. And the Australian ones are friggin' small potatoes compared to the American ones. And like I said, top of the scammer tree is Trump. No two ways about it. But I mean, he's been a grifter since the 80s. There's been so many scams he's been part of. Lemonheads, a wanker fat and TFU done for good. Look, probably simply because I lost the motivation to do the pre-recorded videos with COVID. I found all I was talking about was COVID and Trump, and I felt like that was getting repetitive. And then I thought about it, and just with where I am in my job, I might be trying to get a permanent job. And I could just see a workplace dispute. If I was in dispute with someone, if they knew about the angry stuff I was doing, that could absolutely be used against me. Saying, I don't feel safe around him because he shouts and swears and he makes me feel unsafe. So it's got to the point where doing the shouty videos on YouTube have no upside for me, because I'm never going to make money from YouTube doing that. And they have a really significant potential downside. So when you look at it like that, there is no upside and potentially a really significant downside. There's not really any point in me doing it anymore. And yes, Raiders is like, yes. Again, the fact that Trump was so lazy with his scams, the Make America Great hats were made in China. Like he was too lazy and greedy to have them made in America because he would have made less profit if they were made in America. And the fucking morons who support him and the soulless charlatans who promote him never bothered them at all. It's fucking ridiculous. So anyway, you got a 5-year aged called Mugi Sochu. Hakata Nahana. No clue what that means. If either of my offspring were here, both studying Japanese, they could probably tell me, but they're not here. So, so that was a useless bit of information. If the person who's not here was here, they'd have an answer. But they're not here, so we don't have an answer. So I make this spiked tea. Now I got the thing. So I need gin, apricot brandy, banana, creme de banane, so Southern USA style liqueur, and cold tea. All right, I'm going to do this. Still, favorite bottom girls, you make the rock and wheel go round. That is a fine tribute to Freddie Mercury on what would have been his birthday. What would it have been? Something like his 60th or something? I said it at the start when he was born. Was it 46? So he would have been like 75 or something. I think he would have been 75. God, could you imagine a 75-year-old Freddie Mercury? Woof. That's a weird thought. That is a weird thought, honestly. Not that I want him to be dead, but the thought of him being alive at 75 is just weird. So I want this, and I want this, and apricot and banana. Banana. Und apricots around the back. All right, I'm running quite low on apricots, so maybe it is time to... Maybe I want to do a blue curacao drink, actually. Use up some blue curacao to give me an excuse to get some more. Still, that song was written by Brian. Which, if any, songs did Freddie actually write? I don't know if he was a primary songwriter. I don't know my Queen folklore very well. If my sister was here, she would have all the answers. I'm a mad Queen fan from back when Freddie was still around. Actually took me to a Queen concert in the Sydney Entertainment Centre, where Freddie was still around. Okay. Oh, Jesus. So I'm all saying I'm going to do this. I have to go and friggin' change into my cocktail cards. Okay, I can do that quickly. I'll give me a minute. I'll be back in a minute. I've just got to go out and change shirts. All right, I'm coming back now. All right, coming back now. Ugh. All right, okay. Stella, so Freddie wrote a lot of lyrics, but Brian's the one with the naughty nanny. Not altogether sure what that means. Raiders, I'm yet to get the text messages from UAP. I keep getting actual malware text messages. One came earlier in the stream. I thought it was AIDSy. It was spam. I haven't had any of the UAP ones yet. Lucky. Jesus, I'd fucking punch Craig Kelly in the face if I saw him. Fucking piece of shit. It's like Craig Kelly's just a piece of shit. Clive Palmer is an actual danger to Australian democracy. The pair of them are absolute munters. Thoroughly dislike the pair of them. It's like there's some unspoken competition to be the worst fucking piece of shit in Australian public life, in politics. And you got Palmer and his sidekick and fucking Matt Canavan and what's his name? There's friggin' Hanson and garbage boy that she picked up and fucking Jeff Kennett. Yes, Black Metal Heart, George Christensen is trying hard to be the most reprehensible person in Australian public life. It is like they're actually having a competition. It's the only thing that explains it. Oh, nice. Stella, you've got an automatic block on the UAP messages. That's nice. We all should have that. Okay, so I'm going to do this spiked tea. Okay. So I've got these pieces together. Shit. Alright, I gotta clean my cocktail shaker. This will just take a second. Rinse it. Give it a little shake. Okay. Oh, I probably need. I've got a bottle brush here. Where is it? Actually, I don't even need that. What am I doing? I'll do this. What a palaver, I tell you. What a palaver. Don't know if I'm making my life unnecessarily complicated doing this, but you know when you get a mindset and you just got the idea stuck in your head, can't get rid of it, and the idea that's possibly pointless that I have stuck in my head is I should make a new cocktail because I've made the other one too early. Okay. Okay, I want to put this in a coupe. Get a coupe, put it in the freezer because a chilled glass is nice. Okay. Oh my God, honestly. What a palaver. Oh yeah, everyone's complaining about the messages to ACMA and whatnot, but as I understand it, it's not actually illegal for them to send it. It certainly generated a universally hostile attitude, but I suspect they're the sort of fuckwits who subscribe to the idea, which I don't agree with, that any publicity is good publicity. They think name recognition for being pieces of shit that everyone hates is better than no name recognition. I don't agree, but I'm just one guy in this crazy mixed up world. Okay, so I don't want to get confused. I'm going to do it the same way this says to. So we're going to go gin, apricot, banana, whiskey liqueur, and then tea. It's the opposite of Jean-Luc Picard when he asks the replicator to make him tea. He says tea, Earl Grey, hot. This one is Earl Grey, tea, cold. Although you could have a hot cocktail version of this. Hot toddies are a thing. Raiders, I think you're also right. The do not call register was ineffective. Yes. The music over the Parliament made political parties exempt from the do not call register. Yes. Yeah, but they are well on their way to being the most hated, which is quite an accomplishment with the array of people there are to hate in Australian politics. All right, I'm going to switch some lights on, and then I'm going to make this. Oops, I just realised what that was. Okay. Walk tall, walk straight, and spit the world right in the eye. Where's that line go at? That's a bit more like it, I think. Do that. I think that might be right. I shoved my camera out of the way a bit earlier. That's looking okay. Oops, look at that. Nostril cam time. Oh God, that orange light I've put on because I changed the settings on the webcam has made me look very orange. I'm very Donald Trump at the moment, aren't I? That's disturbing. But on that camera, looks fine. Right. Okay, I've got everything together. Feeling comfortable. I'm going to make this drink while you're watch me. And I'm going to remember I'm going to do it back to the front. Still doing my experiment, which is boring and I won't bother explaining. But I record bits of the video out of order and edit them into order later. Makes perfect sense. Right, sorry, just let me do this one thing. This will be quick. And we're back through the cocktail time continuum to where I made the cocktail. And the first thing that I'm going to put in the cocktail is dry gin. The original recipe by Simon Difford said to do London dry gin. I have Sydney-style dry gin from the Archie Rose Distillery, their bone dry gin, a recent release of theirs. But yeah, this is recommended for a dry-style gin. But, you know, go with the gin you like. I won't tell any stories if you use a different style of gin. But if you're going to follow the recipe, dry-style gin, and we're going to do half an ounce or 15 mils of gin. A little bit more. There we go. This is a reasonably fruity cocktail in terms of the liqueurs. It also features some apricot liqueur. Whether you have an apricot brandy or an apricot liqueur, go with this. And again, it's half an ounce or 15 mils, this time, of apricot liqueur. Here's the banana part, doing creme de banane, or just banana liqueur in the vulgar tongue. And again, in same ratios as the previous couple of ingredients, it's going to be half an ounce or 15 mils of banana liqueur. The Difford's recipe called this Southern tea and said to use a Southern US style whiskey liqueur like Southern Comfort. I don't have any Southern Comfort because I do not hold it in particularly high regard, but I have a couple of whiskey-based liqueurs that I think make a good substitution. You could use Drambuie, that's a Scotch-based whiskey liqueur, if you don't have or don't like Southern Comfort. I'm going to use this Australian one from the Lark Distillery in Tasmania. They call it Schlanche, their whiskey liqueur. It's really quite nice. But you go with what you have, a whiskey-based liqueur. Use whiskey if you want, quite honestly. And this is one of the main alcohol feature of the drink. So as opposed to the other ones that were half an ounce, this is a full ounce or 30 mils of our whiskey liqueur. And because this is a spiked tea, we are now going to add some cold tea. I brewed up a little bit of tea earlier and cooled it down. Use the tea of your flavor. Black tea is recommended, whether it's just your standard tea or like an Earl Grey or some particular thing that you like. Whichever black tea you like, we're going to add 2 ounces or 60 mils of tea. This is a shaking cocktail, so we add ice to our shaking glass, put it together, bang it in hard, and shake that for about 10 seconds. Oh, motherfucker. Sorry, I just almost knocked over my gin. I could have edited that out, potentially, but now I'm called Angry Cocktails. I get angry at things. Let's shake the cocktail. We are going to serve this up. I'm putting it in a chilled coupe. It's a reasonably voluminous drink, so you want a drink with... That will be edited out. We're going to serve this up. I'm going to put it in a chilled coupe glass. It's a reasonably voluminous drink, so you want a glass with a decent holding capacity. Just straining that in there. Oh, that's... Oh, okay. I maybe should have gone even higher than this, but that'll survive. And there we have my spiked tea. G'day, cocktail lovers. I hope you've been keeping well. I hope you're ready for another cocktail. The inspiration for this cocktail comes from Mrs. Angry. Inspiration can come from anywhere. And we've had more than 200 days of lockdown in Melbourne in the last 18 months. We're in the middle of something that's going to last for months yet, so at some level of restriction. And Mrs. Angry just looked at my drink cart the other day and went, yeah, you know what? Drink cart's looking good. Make me something. And so I said, oh, are you in the mood for anything in particular? And she just looked at the array and she went, gin and banana look good. And I thought, okay, I probably could have just come up with something using that as a base and come up with something of my own. But I did do a bit of searching. And of course, there were a lot of cocktails that included gin and banana liqueur as ingredients. And I settled in on one that I liked the look of. It's basically like a spiked iced tea, like what the Americans would call a sweet tea. And the base recipe I saw was calling it a Southern tea, because they were saying use a Southern whiskey liqueur like Southern Comfort. And I don't have Southern Comfort. I'm not going to use Southern Comfort. So I'm just going to refer to this as spiked tea. It's a great color, and it's got a decent amount of tea. It's also got a few other things in there, and okay, that's good. I mean, I literally just made this as an experiment because Mrs. Angry said, make me something, and it's come out good. Let's go back in time, and I'll show you how I actually made it. Before we go back in time to do the making, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, it would be great if you did subscribe. Click the little notification bell so you know when I upload. You know, do the old thumbs up, and let me know. Do you like iced tea in alcoholic beverages? What do you add to iced tea if you want to have a nice, refreshing beverage? Let's go back in time now, and I'll show you how I made this one. I'm going to take a picture of this. I have just decided I'm going to do a lemon garnish. So I have to cut a piece of lemon. Ugh. Lots of palaver, I tell you. Sorry for holding you up. I just got to cut a little piece of lemon. What are they doing on that one? Yeah, it's a little lemon wheel. I'm just going to cut a lemon wheel. I've got a lemon here that I've already been chopping up. Just getting an appropriate knife, appropriate chopping board. Come on, you can do it, son. You can do it. Chop a lemon. There we go. And I'll whack that on there. I'm going to take a little picture for my thumbnail because we got to make it sexy for the punters. Oh my God, it looks sad. It's all droopy. I'll show it to you in a second. What's the lamp? Oh, that's better. Go get some Viagra type. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right. Now I'll just do my last little 2-camera bit. Garnished with a lemon wheel. There's my spiked tea. What I like about this, besides the fact it tastes nice, I think this is really flexible. Like I've served it up in a glass like this, but you could do it put it in a Collins glass. It's, make it a tall drink, top it with soda or even with more iced tea if that's what you prefer. The flavors are great. There is actually some really good balance between that whiskey flavor, the gin and fruit, and the tea. It's a good. It is actually really quite good. And again, make it with tea you like. And I think this is quite refreshing. I mean, it's the tail end of summer in the Northern Hemisphere as I post this. It's just starting to get warm here in Australia. This is a good sit in the afternoon sun drink as far as I'm concerned. Like I said, and you could make it a highball. You could serve it up like I did. There's lots of room to play around with it. But I enjoyed it. If you make it, I hope you enjoy it too. And I hope whatever you're doing, you're looking after yourself, looking after people around you. Until I see you again, cheers. Got it started off okay, and then it got droopy. So I'll just switch things off, and then I'll come back and talk to you properly. Get shit out of the way. That's mostly water. That's okay. All right, let's switch this off. This off. And this off. And the old audio recorder off. All right. Now, let me just get on here and see how we're going. All right, here we are. All right. Okie dokie. Oh my God, I had the camera setting for when that other light was on. Is it my imagination or is it a bit dim at the moment? I don't know. Well, that's an interesting one, Radies. You can block phrases in SMSs. Well, see, that's where that malware one, I couldn't afford to do that because it pretends to be a message about a package being delivered, and I get lots of packages delivered. Abigail, I had a bad autistic day yesterday. Lost the power to talk and everything. Son would not stop talking and trying to interact with you. Lockdown's really doing your head in. Oh, lockdown fucking sucks balls. It really does. But we've basically got the choice between reasonably strict lockdown conditions or thousands of cases a day. And even in New South Wales, the death toll hasn't started to spiral. I worry it will in the next month. I hope it doesn't. I hope it stays comparatively low death toll. But I'm quite worried about where it might end up. But I hope you have a better day tomorrow. I guess that's all we can hope for when you have a bad day for whatever reason. Hope that the next day is a bit better. Because you all can't control shit that's already happened. All right. So this is my nice cup of tea. That has been spiked. But yeah, I actually meant what I said when I was making this. This is really flexible. You could do a lot with this. Put it in a big glass with ice, top it with a bit of soda, make a highball, or top it with a bit more iced tea if you're a real fan of iced tea. If I was going to make a highball, I might put some sweetener in it, actually. So either top it with sweet lemonade or put an additional bit of sugar syrup in it. Abigail, being overly sensitive to being overwhelmed, been getting worse. Oh, Jesus, the world's fucking overwhelming at the moment, Abigail. That's just the way it is. Again, there's nothing wrong with you if you're finding the world overwhelming, because the world is just fucking overwhelming at the moment. I get this plastic. Oh, there it is. You get the plastic off this thing. It just bugs me. So Stella's cooking prawn crackers. You can download different messaging apps that allow you to block senders' purest alphanumeric characters instead of numbers. So yours blocked UAP. Again, that Palmer and the dead shit who's joined him are just grifters. They are possibly insane and believe some of the ridiculous shit they say, but their primary motivation is self-interest and scamming, like Trump. And but the danger is when you make shit up, you start believing it. But is a thing I always love pointing out to Trump supporters. Like, you give me the shits and I might talk about hating you. I don't despise you as much as Trump despises you. Trump has clear and obvious contempt for people who support him. It's like he can't believe they're so easy to manipulate. He can't believe how they swallow the absolute bullshit he spouts. And I mean that with 100% sincerity. No one has more contempt for Trump supporters than Trump. And with these fuckwits, Clive Palmer, and like his shit in the last federal election, pulling this bullshit of, oh, are you mad at the major parties? Vote for me in protest. And it seemed to work at the last election. Like, didn't win any seats, but all the vote that went to him from people saying, oh, I'm angry, he just redirected straight to the LNP. And he has complete contempt for the people who vote for him, because it's just like, you fucking suckers. It's just a vote for Craig Kelly or Clive Palmer is a vote for the LNP. They funnel their preferences straight to the LNP. The whole thing is a fucking scam. And again, Clive Palmer has more contempt towards anyone who votes for him than I do. And I have a lot of contempt for anyone who would vote for Clive Palmer or for someone in Clive Palmer's party. But yeah, he's worked out these dickheads who get themselves worked up on the internet are thick as shit and so blinded by emotion that some very obvious truths slip by them. And one obvious truth is Clive Palmer's a fucking grifter. And he's not an independent politician. He's not an independent voice. He's just going to automatically funnel all preferences to the LNP. So voting for Clive Palmer is just voting for the LNP. Which, hey, if you're aware of that, okay, fair enough. But an enormous chunk of the people who voted for Palmer's party in the last election were completely duped by his message about, being an independent and stick it to the big parties, where it's just a blatant scam to skew things in favor of the LNP. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But this is the world in which we live, where ridiculous shit is the norm. Raiders, did the Australian Army snipers need target practice? I don't know. That's the sort of thing. Volunteering people's the sort of thing that could get us into trouble. So, yeah. Oofed. What the hell is that? All right, put the lemon wheel in my drink for no good reason, and there was something on it. So then there was something floating in my drink. Ugh. So we have a new week opening up in front of us. I found out, I was pretty excited that Foxtel has a new season of What We Do in the Shadows on. I did find out that SBS online on demand had a third season of Washington Paranormal that I didn't know they had. So I'm going to watch some of that. Wellington. Did I just say? I feel like I said Washington Paranormal. Wellington Paranormal. Another What We Do in the Shadows offshoot. There were rumors they were doing another one as well. A series based around the werewolves. Werewolves, not swearwolves. But that hasn't come to fruition yet. But it's funny because you hear the idea of What We Do in the Shadows TV spin-off. You go, oh, that could be dodgy. And then you find, oh, and it's set in America. And you go, okay, well, this is going to suck. But it doesn't. It's like the European vampires who moved to the New World and the shared house in New York. And it's as good as the movie. It's really good. I really, really enjoy the TV series What We Do in the Shadows. And if you're the other one I was talking about, if you're unfamiliar with it, Wellington Paranormal, because the movie What We Do in the Shadows was set in the New Zealand city of Wellington. And Wellington Paranormal is a spin-off. The two cops who visited the vampire's house in the movie What We Do in the Shadows, they're the central characters of this. Their sergeant gives them the job of investigating all the paranormal activity in Wellington, of which there is a surprising amount. There is a lot of paranormal activity in Wellington, and they investigate it. And so, yeah, it's not just vampires. They have the whole thing with demonic possession and ghosts and werewolves and all the paranormal stuff. And it's a lot of fun because they're so clueless, essentially. It's very well done. So, yes, I definitely recommend the What We Do in the Shadows movie, the What We Do in the Shadows TV series, and the Wellington Paranormal TV series. And there might be more spin-offs coming. Who knows? Who knows? But it'd be something to look forward to if they did. I mean, and Taika Waititi did a little cameo in episode 1 of season 3 of What We Do in the Shadows, because it's in the same universe as the movie. It's just that these are Euro vampires living in New York, as opposed to What We Do in the Shadows was Euro vampires living in Wellington, New Zealand. So it's all fun. It is all fun. What else did I watch? I feel like I was watching some. I've been watching some trash just to distract myself. I re-watched the David Lynch Dune movie, which is glorious train wreck. It's just this glorious slow motion train wreck. And just with the overuse of voiceover and people's thoughts coming out as dialogue is just, oh my God, it's all over the place. Stella, you're browsing Taika Waititi's Instagram. He's a sex god and he knows it. He does. Oh my God, those pictures he was posting where he's basically suggesting he's in a polycule. Man, oh, he is. He is an absolute sex god. Oh, Megalich, you watch Clickbait. What was that like? Like a spoiler-free review. Worth watching or no? I found myself in this weird thing. Like I'd been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine on Netflix. I only started last year. And I finally got through all the Netflix seasons. And the final season's on SBS. And I went to this is where I found Wellington Paranormal on SBS. They were having the final season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but it's been going for weeks, and already the first couple of episodes are no longer available. So I'm like, okay, do I want to like start watching from episode 3 and miss the first 2 episodes, or wait till the whole thing's on Netflix, or what? I decided I'm not that worked up. But then I also noticed, speaking of animated series, Archer season 12 is on Foxtel now. And then I realized I'd completely lost. I hadn't seen Archer season 11, which is where he comes out of the coma that he's been in for 5 seasons. So 4 or 5 seasons were just fantasies that Archer was dreaming while he was in a coma. So they were all stylistically really different. One was a noir, one was science fiction, one was in World War II versus the Nazis. I think there were 4 seasons he was in coma. But anyway, season 11 is the first one where he comes out of the coma, and that's what I thought was on Foxtel. And it's like, no, this is the season after that. And so then I went back to Netflix, and they said, oh yeah, we're getting season 11 in, it's like another 2 weeks. So it's like, okay, I'll hold off watching season 12 of Archer so I can watch season 11 first. It's all very complicated with all these different streaming services. Oh, okay. That's a good spoiler-free review, Megaleech, of Clickbait. If you like twists and turns, it's for you. There you go. All right. Well, that sums it up then. It's got twists and turns. I'm just going to drink some water before bedtime. I've got this something floating in there. All right. Where do I see the floaty thing? There was a fucking floaty thing. Oh, it's sunk to the bottom. Okay. I mean, it's probably nothing, but it's a bit off-putting. It is definitely right at the bottom. Okay. Micro, you're here for the last half hour. Yay. Here to see me drink water like the healthy boy I am. Because I did mix a couple of alcoholic beverages. Nothing excessive. And I can feel them a little bit, but I'm not. I'm clearly, well, I think it would be clear that I'm not actually shit-faced. Had a little bit of the alcohol, though. Looks a lordy. I like it. Maybe it was my quote. It's sunk to the bottom. It's probably nothing. Also said by the USA discovering German U-boat off the coast. Yeah. So that is a good question. I feel like we haven't seen Shieldsy in a little while. He may be preoccupied with stuff. I'm sure he will pop up again. I think he's trying to sort out some, stuff. I think some of his family members were moving, whatnot. Stella, proud of me drinking water. Yes, water before bedtime. I used to do it ass backwards, and I don't know why I thought it was a good idea, but for the first half of the stream, I would drink non-alcoholic stuff, and then I would drink alcoholic stuff in the second half. And at some point, well, no, that's backwards. Start off with some booze, and then, drink water before bedtime. I think it's a much better idea. Much better idea. Micro, he could be sick. That's true. Hopefully we'll find out at some point what's happening to the lad. God, this foreign body in my drink's freaking me out. Sorry, I got to get a spoon to get it out. It's freaking me out. All right. Like I said, I'm sure it's nothing terrible. It's just psychologically, it's like, ooh, there's a foreign object in my water. Oh, that's good of it. Came right to the spoon. Oh, I thought it was behaving, and now it's not. God damn. Come on, you motherfucker. Sure, this is scintillating viewing. Me getting the weird foreign object out of my water. It's like a tea leaf. Is it some offshoot of me making a thing with tea before? I don't know. Noog, yes, you get mezcal that has a worm in it. I have some mezcal that has a worm in it. I've also seen mezcal that has a scorpion in it. Micro Speed, you just found out your ex's mother and father have bad COVID. Not good. Father's hospitalized. Good people. He treated their son. I hope they're okay, man. I hope they're okay. It's very upsetting the way COVID is ravaging the population in various parts of the world. Like even the shitheads, most of them I don't want to die from COVID, but certainly a lot of the people who have downplayed the seriousness of COVID, who've caused any doubts about vaccines, who've pushed any bullshit scam as a cure or protection. I do want them to get sick. I definitely want them to get sick. I would like them to get sick enough to make public statements while looking like shit. Oh yeah, I talked a bunch of crap about COVID. I shouldn't have. It's serious. Get vaccinated. I don't wish death on people as a rule, apart from a very, very small subset of the population. And that's only because I think the world would be a better place without them. But I do wish a lot of these people who've done the various bullshit about COVID, I do want them to get very sick. And then I don't just want them to get sick as a punishment. I want them to get very sick and then make a public statement while looking really fucking sick and say, I was wrong, get vaccinated. Abigail, I believe some tequilas have a worm in the bottom as well. Well, mezcal is a tequila. I think I had it back to front. I used to think all mezcals are tequila, but not all tequilas are mezcal. And someone told me it's actually the opposite. They are all mezcal spirits, but you have to follow specific rules to be tequila. So tequilas are technically mezcal, but they meet particular rules, and mezcal are other mezcal-based or agave-based spirits. And mezcal tend to be smokier. Micro USB, there was literally a news article about a guy here was a COVID denier, and he died. I saw that one. Before he passed, he said something like, I was wrong, please be safe. Yes, some of them never recant. I've heard absolute horrific stories of medical staff in hospitals, like trying to intubate people who are dying for COVID. And these people are just screaming and ranting about COVID's not real. What have you done to me? And these people the medical staff are trying to care for this person, and this person, to the point of dying, is ranting with their insane conspiracy bullshit. And it's just like, oh my God. Medical staff don't fucking deserve it. So you have mezcal with scorpion, disturbs you. Abigail has scorpion facts. Scorpions have 8 eyes, can sense light with their tails, like the exoskeleton part all over their tails. They also glow in moonlight and UV light. Oh, as we found out, a whole bunch of marsupials do in Australia. A whole bunch of marsupials fluoresce under UV light, which is interesting. I love when we find out the sensory systems in various beasties work completely differently to ours. Like, God, what are they seeing? What are they sensing? Like, people often talk about because dogs don't have all the color receptors we have, so they see, I don't think they literally see the world in black and white, but they don't see the color spectrum that we do. But because of the way most dogs smell, have a very acute sense of smell, their sensory impression of a space is completely different to ours. Like, they see scent trails and they have a view of how things came to be where they are and how long they've been there. And it's a sort of sensory spectrum that we don't have. And because his baby scorpions are cute. Son Will's getting pet scorpion. Nice. Marcus B's baby, everything's cute. Ooh, Abigail's come out with baby humans are ugly. I don't agree. I think baby humans are adorable. Yes, micro USB, the mantis shrimp, is renowned for the number of receptors it has. Like, we have 3 receptors, and okay, a mantis shrimp has 2 or 3 times more. How does mantis shrimp see? So a mantis shrimp can perceive, and this is assumed, of course. We don't know this for sure, but the science tells us mantis shrimp can perceive wavelengths ranging from the deep ultraviolet to the far red and polarized light. 16 color receptors. We have 3 color receptors and they have 16. So we surmise what that means. So there is evidence that mantis shrimp don't actually perceive color differences as well as we do, but they see just so much that we don't. And the other neat thing they do is this punching thing where they break other mollusks and whatnot. They punch so fast and so hard, what's called cavitation happens. Basically, they boil water because the force at which they hit things, like they can crack a glass like this. It's really quite freaky. Stella, you think baby humans look like ugly old men when they're freshly spawned? Some are cute later. Yes, okay, literally freshly spawned babies are a bit horrific, but from 1 month to 18 months, I think they're cute. Some of them. There are ugly babies. You're not supposed to say that, but there are ugly babies. And yes, Abigail, because the mantis shrimp can shatter glass, if you're keeping them, you need specifically constructed tank to resist how hard they punch, basically. That's a fun one, Raiders. Dogs can detect when a person's blood sugar's dropped. I believe there's a theory that dogs can detect cancers and other illnesses in humans. And I don't know to what degree that's validated or understood, or how you interpret what a dog is saying about someone's illness. But I know that's something that's been put about, and I'm not really sure to what degree that's been validated, or how we actually interpret what a dog says about that person's got cancer. Mike Crisby, you've been watching documentaries while high. That makes the documentaries even more amazing. It's like it's purely those like documentaries are full of amazing facts that seem even more amazing if you're high. Yes. Oh no. Michael USB. A town bicycle settled down with a guy he knew, and they had the ugliest child you've ever seen. Again, it happens there, and also that's a question of individual perception, preferences, and aesthetics. Because I know I've seen people, and I'm talking about adult people, that I've found striking and incredible and enigmatic. Someone goes, they're ugly, and it's just like, I don't know. I think they're amazing. They're just really individual. So they're saying dogs can be trained to detect certain skin cancers and some chemical compounds in people's breath, hence the blood sugar. Doggies, eh? Wow. Nougat, people out there training elephants to sniff out bombs? Oh, I believe you, Mike USB. It was an ugly baby. I believe you. Navigator saying dolphins sonar can see through your body, effectively see inside you, but dolphins are horny cunts who just want to see the genital. Dolphins rape. Again, dolphins, I think, are pretty much as people talk about how intelligent dolphins are. Dolphins are also as fucked up as people, I think. Dolphins rape, and dolphins also torture things for fun. They and not just dolphins, orcas will do it as well. Dolphins and orcas will both torture things they're going to eat. All right, yes, we've all read that. Dolphins are rapists. Yes, okay. And yeah, there's a few other mammals, like I think sea lions have some very disturbing habits as well. But yeah, both dolphins and orcas have some very disturbing behaviors. Yeah, I know. It is pretty disturbing, Micro USB. How many of us know that dolphins are rapists? Yes, and that's the big question. Why is it the smarter a creature gets, the worse it gets? Oh, yes, and Stella, you're right about ducks. Male ducks have weird corkscrew dicks because female ducks developed weird corkscrew vaginas to thwart all the duck rape. It's fucking weird. It's very weird and strange. Yes, Abigail saying, looking at humans about smothering. See, this is why, in terms of gods and creators, I side more with the ancient religions, the Norse, Greek, and Roman, and probably some of the other pagan ones. That like god creators, because they're powerful, they're like this much more powerful than humans. They're also like that much more fucked than humans, and they do, because they are immensely powerful, they abuse that power all the time. You just got this weird monotheism of the Abrahamic religions, and not so much the Jewish God, particularly what you read in the Old Testament, but certainly the Christian and Muslim God. You get this weird sort of perfect and loving, and which is just conceptually a ridiculous version of a god being perfect and omnipotent and loving and whatnot. Because you just have to look around at the world and go, really? Really? Whereas some of the more ancient religions of the gods being even more venal than humans, simply because they have so much more power, so they abuse it more. And yes, Mike OSB, Greek mythology is basically, here's all the things that Zeus fucked. Stella reckons male ducks are into necrophilia. Nice. Not nice is what I meant. Abigail, proclivities of the mallard drake to fuck dead male ducks led to a scientific paper that went on to spawn the Ig Nobel Prize. Nice. Cane toads do that well, because toads don't have penises, but the males do mount females and sort of hump them and sort of squirt sperm at the cloaca of the female. And cane toads have been spotted humping dead cane toads all the time. And that's another thing. I think penguins do it. I'm sure it was like penguins doing gross stuff and killing chicks and all. Oh, I don't know. We want to go there. Yeah. Yes, Noog, the moral of the story, keep Mace near you when Zeus is around. Yeah, no, Zeus was into sticking his dick all sorts of places that didn't belong, quite honestly. Mike USB, you're worried about your penis getting you into trouble. What's that old, it was not really a song. It was a piece of music that a guy spoke a monologue over, detachable penis. And because he's got a detachable penis and he wakes up and he's lost it because there's a party and he goes, yeah, some people say I should get my penis permanently attached, but I like having a detachable penis because sometimes I can leave it behind if I'm going somewhere where it would get me in trouble. And she's like, yeah, you know, that has a lot going for it. That's a good call, Abigail. Your penis is less the culprit than your testicles are. Testicles manufacturing the various hormones that impair your judgment, whereas the penis is just the instigator of what the testicles motivate you to do. This is a fun topic to end the stream on, really. Weird stuff. That's a thing we do. Fuckers be that you do like that thought. You don't need your nuts. You don't even want children. Yeah, well, I'm not sure outright castration's a great idea. And I'm not sure vasectomy actually stops your gonads getting you in trouble. Oh, we went all the way through with the puns there. If you want Mace for Zeus, is it Mace Windu? But no, Snoog points out Mace has a bad track record with lightning wielders. There you go. Stella, is it your ovaries that cause you to get into trouble? This is where I will just really quickly admit to a blank spot in my knowledge of physiology. I'm not sure that it's the ovaries per se, but it could be. I'm trying to think what part of the women produces hormones that lead you to make impaired decisions. I'm just going, what part of women produces hormones? Ovaries. There you go. No, it is. It's your ovaries that are getting you in trouble. Ovaries. I didn't want to straight out say it because I'm not a biologist, but I looked it up. It is your ovaries that produce the hormones that can lead you to make impaired decisions because it's fueling some baser desires and your brain's getting put on the back burner while the hormones are going, yes, let's do this. Marcus B saw an article about male birth control injection. They have success in monkeys. There have been a range of male contraceptives that have been developed and are as effective as female contraceptives, and they've never gone to market because when they tested them, they had adverse side effects, but literally the same adverse side effects that contraception has on some women, to which some women, when they've discovered this fact, have said, fuck you. But it's like men making the decisions when they released contraception. It's like, oh yeah, there's this whole spectrum of potentially negative side effects that women will experience if they take these contraceptives, and they're just gone with it anyway. Then they've tested stuff for men and gone, oh look, there's this whole spectrum of negative side effects men might experience. We won't release that. And it's like the same that women experience, which is ridiculous. So you think it's a tag team between the ovaries and the vagina? The pitches constantly get in trouble. Well, from where it's the ovaries which are talking the vagina into getting in trouble. Same as what Abigail was saying. It's the testicles that are talking the penis into getting you into trouble. So, Abigail, you've made some, talking about hormones, you've made some horse moaning today. There was, who did that to it? The one time Nirvana toured Australia, they toured with, I can't remember who, but it was a band that was fronted by a woman. I can't remember, but they both released an EP for the tour, and the other act's EP was called Hormoning, as in HORMONING, and Nirvana's EP, which I have, which I think got warped because someone sat it my ex-girlfriend sat it next to a heater, which made me very fucking angry. It's very rare and it's fucked. I haven't looked at it for ages though. But the Nirvana's EP was called Whores Moaning, as in WHORES moaning. Trivia. And yes, Abigail, I think you're probably right. The kicker was side effects of male contraceptive was nowhere near as bad as female contraceptives. I believe you are correct in that. Micro USB, tomorrow is a day off for me, and I'll probably be back on Tuesday. Tomorrow night, I will be lounging about and watching some TV with Mrs. Angry. My accent through you, Micro USB. You were hearing Nirvana. Black Metal Hardcore, another one for the patriarchy. No shriveling testes for me. Yeah, apparently the male contraceptives in some people did cause some mood swings. Actually, again, I'll look it up. We're on the internet. I'll look up side effects of male birth control. Okay, so some participants, including some on the placebo, reported mild side effects such as acne, headaches, mild erectile dysfunction, reduced sex drive, tiredness, weight gain of 5 pounds or less. So yeah, literally, as Abigail says, way less severe than for women's contraception. Micro Speed, I'll be at work. I'll be at work tomorrow, but I won't be doing a stream tomorrow night. I will. It's one of the chill out nights with Mrs. Angry, and then I'll probably do a stream on Tuesday. Have Wednesday night off, and then be back on Thursday. And time just keeps marching on, as it says. Micro Speed, you're not worried about testy shrinkage, only peen shrinkage. And yeah, you know, if you're interested in the sexual activity, erectile dysfunction is nobody's friend. And I'm not sure. Yeah, speaking of side effects, apparently the potential side effects of boner pills, you know, Viagra and Cialis and whatever, is quite considerable. There is apparently a whole range of potential side effects up to and including death. Like can cause you heart problems and kill you. But some guys are desperate for a boner and they'll do it. So, yeah. Black metal heart, they're all silks. Just go with a condom unless your partner has latex allergy. You can get non-latex condoms as well. Just by the by. Last tip for the night, because some people do have, if not latex allergies, at least latex sensitivities can cause irritations and mild allergic reactions. Some people have severe allergic reactions to latex, but there are non-latex ones. Micros be the old sheep's. Sheep's, I think the early condoms, as you say, I think they were made from sheep's intestines, the lining of sheep's intestines. That's what I remember. But anyway. They were reusable, like you'd wash them. Isn't that a fun idea? Ugh, humans. There's something wrong with humans, honestly. Anyway, on that fun note about putting sheep's intestines on your penis and then as a vagina haver, letting someone with sheep's intestines on their penis stick it in you. Ugh. Yeah, that's a fun night. That's a fun note to end on, I think. After everything else we said, just end on that. Ready to just look up Nirvana played the Coogee Bay Hotel. Yeah, they did. Anyway, Black Metal Heart, if you got a date tonight, you got to take the old sheepskin condom out of mothballs. But anyway, have a good night, everyone. Look after yourself. Like I said, I won't be doing a stream tomorrow night, but probably will on Tuesday night. So maybe see you then. And if you like cocktails, I will be uploading a cocktail video on my cocktail channel tomorrow, about 12 hours from now. So look out for that if you're into cocktails. But anyway, see you all later. Bye.